1. All right, we're joined now by a special guest. He is a standout linebacker from Ocean Lakes High School in Virginia Beach, class of 2022. He was the Beach District Defensive Player of the Year with 101 total tackles, 43 behind the line of scrimmage, 6 forced fumbles, 4 pass breakups, 2 sacks. If you were playing running back or wide receiver and you weren't looking for the guy wearing number 34, I think that's what he wore, you were going to get your head taken off potentially. Jahleel Culbreath with us, who made his announcement on the day before the second national signing period on February the 1st. He's headed to Old Dominion University to play his college football for Ricky Ronnie and the Monarchs. First and foremost, Jahleel, congratulations. How's it feel to join Monarch Nation?
Good. It's good. I'm staying home, and they always made me feel like I was a part of their family. So, I feel comfortable.
Good deal. Now, you got an offer from Coach Ronnie and the staff. Was it in October, November, somewhere around there?
Yes, sir. I think it was around October time.
Okay. What was it they conveyed they liked about you and why they thought you were a good fit for their program?
So they liked my speed a lot. They liked how I got from sideline to sideline super fast. And they liked how coordinator I was, with coming to balance and, dropping back. So they really liked how coordinated I was between my body.
For the audience out there, the listeners, the viewers, give them an update. What are you checking in at height and weight wise?
So I'm around 6'2", 225 pounds.
Okay.
So yeah, that's I shot up around my sophomore year. So
yeah, I was gonna say you're probably about 150, 160 pounds soaking wet your freshman year, or?
Yes, sir. So my freshman year I was around 130.
Oh wow, okay.
5'8", and then my sophomore year I was around 5'10". I remember 176 before August 1st, before fall camp. And then my junior year, I shot up to 6'2", 230. And then I cut down and tried to gain as much muscle as I could my senior year. So I was around 60, 25 my senior year.
All right. I want to get back to your development in a moment with Ocean Lakes there and kind of your process as a football player. But Old Dominion, let's talk about them a little bit. What was it about the Monarchs that stood out? I mean, you had a good, 10, 15, 20 offers. What did you finish up with about?
12. 13.
Okay. So
13.
Double figures. And you had some other schools that were in the picture. Who else was in the picture before you give us the update on why it was Old Dominion? Who else was recruiting you the hardest?
North Carolina A&T and Army. Army West Point. Yes. And
who's the other one you said?
Maine.
Okay. What was it about Old Dominion? The proximity to home, what Ricky Ronnie's done in 1 year, going to a bowl game, seeing some former guys from the 757 The Beach, all those things wrapped into one. What were the main factors?
So the main factors when I first met Coach Ronnie, he made me feel like, I was a part of their family already. They treated me so well. When I first went on a game day visit, they made me feel like I was already a part of their team. They've been recruiting me for about a year now, and they've been on me ever since. They've always treated me like one of their own. That's one. Number two, ODU is very close to home. I really wanted my parents to come see me play college ball. That was always their dream and my dream as well. Also, they just moved up from the Conference USA to the Sun Belt. So we'll be playing higher teams, which is a good feel,
Yeah, you excited about that? Getting a pretty
Oh yeah, of course.
See the likes of App State and Coastal Carolina, JMU, an in-state rival who's joining the Sun Belt, some top 25 teams, and bigger national exposure.
Yes, sir. It's exciting.
Sure. What would you tell the ODU fans sets you apart from other linebackers? Because your numbers were mighty impressive this year. And I know the overall success as a team on the field wasn't what you all were shooting for. You still had a lot more wins than L's there. And Ocean Lakes has been known for producing a bunch of quality players, winning championships. But ultimately, you were putting up major numbers in the Beach District to get Player of the Year, considering the guys that were over on defense at Green Run and Salem and other schools across the beach. That's saying a lot. What do you think are the strengths of your game?
So first, I want to thank, my coaches. My coaches, developed me to be, the greatest player that I can be. Next is how I prepared myself, in the either upcoming game or the upcoming season by either working out or watching film. I would usually have 8 hours of film each week. I was in the off season, I was working out twice a day. So I really prepared myself, to become the best player that I could be.
Good deal. Now, I think one of your breakout games, tell me if you're wrong, it was junior season, COVID season. I think we got a chance to call it. Coach Darnell Moore and I did on the Facebook Live against Lansdowne. You were knocking people around that day. Was that one of the games that kind of exploded you at that point? Your confidence was just oozing?
Yes, sir. So after that game, I knew that I could play, high school ball. After that game, I really, like you said, shot up. And then I just started building on that game, and then that's when I really started to build respect and trust with my teammates. And then that built on to my senior year where they were like, okay, well, I trust this guy. So now we can play, more confidently since we trust each other. So it really built off of trust and confidence throughout that game and throughout that season.
Few more minutes with the Beach District Defensive Player of the Year, second team All-Region performer and All-Tidewater selection, Jahleel Culbreath of Ocean Lakes, headed to play his college football for the Monarchs of Old Dominion. You can hear all the Monarchs games on ESPN Radio 94.1. We thank you for tuning in there, as well as watching on our Zoomcast on virginiapreps.com and the YouTube channel. Jahleel, looking back at Ocean Lakes and your time there, you mentioned the coaches. You've had some really good ones there with Coach Joe Jones, who retired. He played in the NFL. Chris Ramey, who's one of the most respected veteran D coordinators in the area. You had a new coach this year, and James Yeager coming in from Princess Anne. You guys didn't miss a beat, continued to win there. Tell me about just what it was like to play at Ocean Lakes at a school with all the tradition, and you look up on TV and you see guys such as Derek Nottie with the Chiefs playing in playoff games. You see guys like Shamarko Thomas, Eli Harold. I imagine as you were a kid growing up, you dreamed of wearing that Dolphin helmet and those colors and balling out on Friday nights.
Yes, sir. So when I first came to Ocean Lakes, they were all about tradition and how they carried themselves, on and off the field. They are highly respected throughout the beach. So when I first came, they all, I was at the bottom of the barrel, So when I first came to Ocean Lakes, they were all like, well, who is this guy? So I had to build my rapport with these guys, but, practicing hard and showing that I could play, and then that's when I built the coaches' respect, because the coaches really felt like, you got to show me that you can play before I let you play. So, they didn't, put anybody on the field. So that's how Ocean Lakes really is they are a high caliber football team and a high caliber football program.
And you really had to prove yourself, as you mentioned. However, you do have a famous relative in your family, uncle being Plaxico Burress. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell me about it, what it's been like learning from him, some guidance. I know you had a couple of interesting back and forth barbs before the green run game with him, with the Steins. I know you guys hung with him for a while. They got the better of you, but I imagine pretty cool growing up and seeing your uncle catch the Super Bowl pass to win the game for the Giants against the Patriots years ago.
Yes, sir. So Uncle Plex, he's great. He's taught me a lot, more off the field than on the field, but he's taught me a lot both. During the green run game, we were debating on who was going to win, and he got excited and fired up that they got the best of us. But he's a great person, and I love him.
Sure. I mean, that's got to be a nice driving force for you too, to see him and say, I want to get to that level he's been at. I mean, certainly, I'd imagine he's one of the main motivators. Who else has kind of been motivating for you on this journey?
My dad. He's always been a hard worker himself. So he motivated me, by his actions to, make me work hard. My coaches actually, and my other teammates around me, seeing them work hard, made me want to work even harder. So, that's what really motivated me the most. And that's who I really looked up to, is the people around me.
Tell me about this 757 class you all are building here at Old Dominion. You got yourself, you got Jalen White from Kempsville. So we know the run defense and harassing the QBs and backs in the backfield is going to be all solidified with you two there. And you got other guys such as Ryan Nolan from Deep Creek and Martine Woodsma from Oscar Smith on the offensive line. Certainly protecting the home turf is something I think the coaching staff has prioritized here. And you guys got to be excited to be playing with one another, right?
Yes, sir. So, everybody says that the 757 produces dogs. And ODU is doing a great job with recruiting, high-end players from out the local area, which then also in the future brings more kids from the local area to ODU. So when I went on my official visit to ODU, I was around nothing but 757 kids. So I already felt like I was family there. So that's what really drove me, to committing to ODU.
Awesome. And lastly, any message for Monarch fans out there? I know you're getting excited to get there on the field, and I know they got some big games early on this year with some ACC in-state schools, if you will, for the likes of UVA and Virginia Tech. How pumped are you for those matchups?
Oh my goodness, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's actually unreal. When I was little, I've always dreamed, playing on TV. So, and the big games like that. So, it's really exciting.
Well, now you're going to get your chance. We congratulate you again, Jahleel Culbreath of Ocean Lakes High School in Virginia Beach, the Beach District Defensive Player of the Year and All-Tidewater selection, heading to Old Dominion University to play his college football for the Monarchs. Before we let you run, you ready to play some rapid fire with us?
Sure, of course.
All right, here we go. Let's go with Jahleel Culbreath, the hard-hitting linebacker wearing number 34. All right, if you can't wear 34 at Old Dominion, what's your next number of choice?
Any number.
Any number? Come on, give me a number. Give me a number.
1 through 49.
You're not going to pick one. You're just going to say any number. I got you.
1 through 49.
You're a funny guy. All right, favorite TV show?
Ooh. Ouch.
I haven't seen Ouch yet.
Oh, I don't watch a lot of TV.
You don't watch a lot of TV? Wow.
No. My Netflix TV show, probably Cobra Kai. I like Cobra Kai.
I can dig that one. All right. What about movie? You got a favorite movie?
Ooh, Avengers Endgame, probably. It was, that was good.
Cookies or ice cream?
Cookies.
Okay. Yeah, you can always put cookies in the ice cream.
I'm lactose intolerant, man.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, there you go. That answers it.
Intolerant.
There you go. Learn something new. Gatorade or Powerade?
That Gatorade, 100%.
Okay. What's your toughest subject in school?
Weightlifting.
Okay.
Yeah, and my defensive coordinator, Coach Ramey, coaches my weightlifting class. He's on me.
Easier to imitate your former head football coach Joe Jones or Coach Ramey?
Coach Ramey.
I figured. I'll wait till you get done with the whole school year before you give us the impersonation, because he might put you through. Heck, I don't want to do that to you. Now, I got to ask you this one. If you could trade places with one person in the world, who would you pick?
Von Miller.
All right, getting ready to try to win a Super Bowl for the Rams. He did that with the Denver Broncos. All right, since speaking of the Super Bowl, give me a Super Bowl score pick between the Rams and the surprising Bengals. Who you got? What's your score?
Bengals 35, Rams 21.
Wow, you're going with Joe Burrow and Cincinnati in that one. Okay,
yes, sir.
Interesting. If you could teleport to one place in the world, where would you go?
ODU. How about that?
ODU. All right, you're gonna keep it simple. Last two for you. Harder to pull off a pick six or a touchdown catch on the last play of the game? What's harder to pull off for Jahleel Culbreath? You did play some offense this year for people that don't know.
Oh yeah. Harder to pull off a pick six
or touchdown catch on the last play of the game.
Probably the touchdown catch, the last play of the game, because everybody knows it's coming. Everybody knows it's coming.
How many pick sixes did you get? A pick six? I don't know remember if you got one or not. Did you get a scoop of score?
No, I mean nothing came my way.
That's true. They were staying away from. That means that you got to get the Monarchs fans a couple of those to cheer for. All right.
Of course.
All right. And last one, if you could go to one visiting stadium at Old Dominion and play a game, where would you most be excited to play on the road with the Monarchs? What's the one place you'd most like? You could pick any school. It could be like, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Ohio State. What would be the one place you'd most be excited to play at?
Virginia Tech.
Oh, you want to go to Lane?
My God. Oh, yes. Virginia Tech it'll be, I can't even explain.
Good deal. Well, Jahleel Culbreath, great job at Ocean Lakes. It was fun watching you ball out, and I'm sure us and many across the Commonwealth and ODU fans are looking forward to what's in store for you and the Monarchs here. Go get them, my friend, and thank you so much for the time.
I want to thank you. Also, I want to thank you for, sticking with me throughout that COVID season and, always supporting you, and I will always support you back, Matt. Thank you.
I appreciate that. Jahleel Culbreath, fine young man at Ocean Lakes High School in Virginia Beach, who's getting ready to play his college football at Old Dominion University. Our guest here on the Virginia Prep Zoomcast, and also heard on 757 Saturday Sports Talk right here on your home for Monarchs football, ESPN Radio 94.1.